Tonight on the Death Curse Club. Let's just make sure this is all good. Yeah, we're all good there. How you doing? Tonight on the Death Curse Club, we have a M3Gan 2.0 non-spoiler review.
Yeah.
We went to go see M3Gan 2.0 today, this afternoon.
Yeah.
So we're going to review that. There's some Jason news that I haven't even told Brooke because I want her honest-to-God reaction.
Which is not a good choice.
It's not a good choice. It's probably the worst idea I've ever had.
Yeah.
This week, 4 original Halloween Horror Nights Orlando houses were announced, and there could be more to come tomorrow.
Who knows?
And then, Chicago, you're live.
Chicago. What is that from?
You don't even know. This is you want to know what it's from? Me.
Oh.
That's where it's from. Because that's all you hear it from. But where it's really from is Ace Ventura When Nature Calls.
Oh, yeah, I never saw that.
When he's going around Chicago. Have you never seen Ace Ventura When Nature Calls?
No.
Bad form.
Never come back again. It's got a death curse. It's got a death curse. Drop.
Welcome on into the Death Curse Club. I'm owner-operator of the establishment, Zachary J. Hilton, and the J is for you're always welcome to come on in. And alongside with me is the hostess with the mostest, the one, the only, she'll run you to the ground, Brooke.
That's me.
That's her run. How you doing, Brooke?
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good.
Yep,
Handling
surviving. I was going to say, surviving this heat wave. I like to think that it's just a warm blanket that I'm always in.
I'm suffocating right now. Okay, that's where I'm
think
at.
my favorite is that there was a point when you looked at me and you're like, how are your feet cold?
Yeah. No,
Like,
it doesn't make sense, Mrs. Freeze.
I told you this, and I think this was probably one of my favorite things is because at one point I used to be a lifeguard, and I told you that I liked to wear sweatshirts, and because I was just always cold, and you're like, no, shush.
Yeah.
And during this heat wave, I proved it. Cold feet.
Hated it. But you know what I love? I love that you can go to TeePublic right now and purchase Death Curse Club merch. And the Death Curse Club merch that you're seeing right there, it's what I'm wearing right now. That
right
shirt
there.
is this shirt. It's now I will say this is a one and only. Because I'm the only one that bought this. Because I had to redo it. Because once I got it, I was like, good God, this symbol is like
That's a death curse.
way too big. Like, I could fit in that coffin. You know what I mean? I could fit in that. So I rescaled it on the site. So you can't get this. This is a one and only. The hat's still up there. It's a one and done, guys. It's a one and done. Hat's still up there if you want that hat and stuff like that. That's how it looks. Look at that. Look at that shiny little baby.
Ooh.
So good stuff. So, TeePublic if you want to support the show. Also, we're on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook, Death Curse Club. Make sure you follow us there. And before we get started, because this is new, in 1 week's time, July 7th, we're starting something new. I announced it on our social medias. I announced it. Oh, God. Why did you say,
I was trying
God?
to fix my shirt so that it said run correctly, and it wasn't fitting correctly.
It says it.
It does. No, now.
And you know what else runs?
What?
Run Club 2025, baby. Death Curse Run Club.
Yeah.
Now, this thing is going to be awesome. I did a little social media announcement about it, but to really dive in deep real quickly, you know, it's going to be an 8-chapter horror movie that you try to either survive or you're the slasher killer themselves. And there's going to be checkpoints that you do to gain further on in the chapters. But what I think I didn't really get into is the fact that you can make up. Like, if you don't set your goals, or no, what? If you set your goals and you miss a step, like, say you run recover 3 times. Yeah. Say you want to run 3 times during the week. Why are you shaking your head?
I know.
I know? Say you want to run 3 times, but you miss one day.
Yeah.
You can make it up the next week and you still complete that chapter.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. And the one thing I didn't announce, but I'm going to announce it here because time has passed. There's going to be a swag bag gift set at the end. If you complete all chapters, you get all those patches. You will be entered in a thing to win the thing.
Well, here's what I was going to say.
Yeah, give it to me.
Because this is something that we talked about, and you were like, hey, what do you think of this? And I loved the idea because, like, listen, I get it. You can be very motivated to go and work out. Like, you are really good at it. I am not. I am really good at being like, yeah! And then
This idea.
when it comes time, I'm like, I just drank a whole soda. I don't think I should go for a run right now.
I'm cramping up as I talk about it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So I find excuses to not do it, right?
Okay,
When push
okay.
comes to shove of actually going.
Okay.
And then I think I can run a 5K.
While
but-
wearing this shirt.
Yeah. But what I like is that the way that this is kind of set up is that you kind of are, it's like your own little adventure.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, but like a story with it. So for me, almost kind of having an extra purpose
Yeah.
because like, do I want to get healthy? Yeah, but again, I'll make excuses. So you've literally come home the past few times and found me in bed with like a bag of chips.
Like chips are in there. I found chocolate covered pretzels. Like where the laundry is.
What
What's
you
going
doing?
on?
Yeah.
But-
But what I'm
No,
saying is that like it's just for all different levels.
Walking to
and
running, bike riding, whatever you want to do.
I like the fact that it just feels very no pressure, but also like a community and group of being like, yes, I'm here with you. Let's do this. Let's
And
go through this adventure together.
what I'm excited about, just before the show, we had someone sign up for it. So now we have multiple signups ready to do this. I feel accomplished. I
Yeah.
started it, and now it's going,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
We're doing it. So
You'll find me in it too.
if you want to join in, all you got to do is go on Instagram, message Death Curse Club, say you want to join. You will be added to
Added.
the group chat. And then I'll start releasing chapters. We'll motivate each other. We'll do this. We'll either survive or slay on this horror film. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it.
It's
Show
been a
us
horror
started.
week.
Huh?
It's been a horror week.
It is. We did a review for Jurassic World, which you
Yeah.
can check out that video earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
But today we did go see M3Gan. Here is M3Gan, and I'll give you the basic plot. So,
Mm-hmm.
non-spoiler once again. 2 years after Megan's rampage, her creator, Gemma, resorts to resurrecting her infamous creation in order to take on a military-made copycat. Who will win? Who will survive? Who moves on? Let's find out. So,
Well, I mean, I do know.
you do know. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
My overall thoughts for this, again, not spoilers, is it's a fun ride. For me, all I needed it to do is have that fun that the first one had, because even through the trailers, you could tell it wasn't going to be a horror movie.
Yeah.
They advertised not horror, and what's great about that is it makes me think of movies like Happy Death Day, where you really couldn't get the vibe out of the trailers, and when you saw it, you were like, oh, it wasn't
okay.
a scary movie.
Yeah.
But this advertised look, we're leaning hard in action, comedy, the goofiness, the campiness, and I'll be honest with you, I love that. And I had a ball with this movie. I think if you don't go in with that attitude, there may be some apprehension about how you feel about it.
Fair.
But I think M3Gan was even better this round.
Okay.
They poked fun at themselves with gimmicks that they used in the first one. I think Gemma was great. The niece, still top tier. The side characters get a little bit more of play in this one.
Yeah.
And I just had a fun time with it. And Amelia was very Terminator-like. Like,
Fair.
you could tell she watched it and was like, I'm going to try to portray it like an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
Yeah.
And it came off smooth. Better than the lady that played Terminator 3 in that one. So, what are your thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I laughed a lot more than I ever thought that I would. I mean, I really thought
you howled at some point.
but in like a good way, not like it was self-deserved in that sense.
For
like
sure.
it set it up for that. Like they were expecting the laugh, the clap.
Right.
I don't think that it yields that horror vibe, but for me, I actually really enjoyed that part because of thinking about HHN and like seeing her character.
Yeah.
And there's that like level of like, oh shit, but it's not like, because you do want to like her. Like she's not, you have that conflict in a sense, and like thinking about HHN and like seeing her do the dances and like seeing, like wanting to take pictures with her. Like her line was insane for this past HHN. So seeing that vibe go with the character in the movie was really good. You and I talked a little bit about that the trailers had like the music vibe, which was not as much in the movie, but and while I think that there were points when it would have been great, I like the fact that it wasn't as heavy as like the trailers made it seem like the music was going to be. Because I was a little concerned with all of the different songs that they did.
Right.
I was a little concerned, like, okay, is this just... But it wasn't.
Right.
Would I have liked a few different scenes? Yes. But I think overall... the movie was fun and worth a C. Yeah,
no, I'm in agreement. I do feel there was one or two needle drop moments that don't come off. It doesn't hurt the scene. Yeah, it's just I kind of expected it. Just like in the first one when she does the dance and to the song, I forget what it's called, but like that song got popular after the fact. And I was just hoping for one of those moments. But you're right, they didn't need it. They didn't need to use it. And I wonder how it's going to do. I really do wonder what the audience reaction to this film will be.
This was one of the ones that you said that you were shocked because the critic score went up as much as it did, right?
It's gone down. Oh. It has gone down. I think it's going to hover around the 50 to 60.
I think you kind of said it though. I think if you're going in expecting like a horror movie, you're going to be slightly disappointed. Yeah. Like you're not going to get those scares. It's definitely that PG-13 vibe. And a more action.
And I don't want to discredit what they do from a stance of callbacks and some horrific moments. There are some moments.
Oh, for sure.
Like there's
some
in
good
the trailer.
Kills.
She does the ground run.
Yes.
Towards someone. Mm-hmm. That's in it. That is something from a horror scene of the first one. Yeah. So they do still play in it, but I had a blast. I wonder how the audience will react to it, if they will see the side of how the critics have kind of, or at least the Rotten Tomatoes.
I think that if you like Megan, you're going to like it. Like if you like the character itself.
It's written and directed by Gerard Johnstone, who did direct the first one.
Oh, okay.
He did not write it, but he wrote this one, which I found interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I like the fact that he had an idea of just being like, hey, I'm going to make my own Terminator 2.
Why not?
That's what I'm going to do. So,
what am I
say go see it. Mm-hmm. I think it's a worth theater watch. Mm-hmm. Matinee, if you will.
Discount Tuesday.
Discount Tuesday, baby. Okay, so I've been saving this for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
So there was a bit of Jason news that dropped today. Okay. Surprisingly, Jason news. Because, Friday the 13th was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the fact that they didn't announce this then is kind of weird to me. But also the messaging of it's weird as well.
Okay, God.
So please, let me get your feelings on this. Okay?
Okay.
Jason is back in Sweet Revenge. A new blood-soaked vignette by horror filmmaker Mike P. Nelson, who directed Wrong Turn, premiering on Jason Universe YouTube late in the summer. Read more here, okay? So when you go here, it is a news gimmick that Rob sent me. I thought it would just tell me the whole thing there, but did not, Lisa. It did not want me to know all the things, so stand by.
Okay.
God, I love the internet sometimes. God, I love it. There it is. Okay. So this is where it gets kind of confusing for me.
Okay.
A multi-platform expansion of the franchise known as Jason Universe has announced several things. Toys, Halloween Horror Nights House. What else do we got? Variety has announced Sweet Revenge this afternoon, described as a, quote, short-form vignette that will serve as the, quote, centerpiece of the franchise's bold 45th anniversary campaign. What the hell does that even mean? Well, it sounds like Sweet Revenge is a glorified commercial for Angry Orchard Hard Cider, with the short set to debut the Jason Universe YouTube channel, as well as a site hosted by Angry Orchard. Variety notes in their report that Angry Orchard is, quote, sponsoring the vignette as part of a larger collaboration with the franchise. So
you're saying I'm about to watch Jason walk around with a cider?
Yes, an Angry Orchard cider. You've had Angry Orchard.
Yeah.
I've had Angry Orchard. We've
Angry
all
Balls.
had it. Angry Balls, man. They're bad units if you can have it. But what makes me befuddled about this entire thing is that it's going to be on Jason Universe's
Is that why
YouTube.
it's a Sweet Revenge?
Yeah. There, I think the cider is going to be called Sweet Revenge. I think we're getting a Friday the 13th Sweet Revenge Angry Orchard for fall.
Okay.
Jason themed. But does this mean that Jason Voorhees is in this commercial or vignette, how you want to call it? We have the look of them. They've designed them. You can throw anybody in it.
So weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you got the director of Wrong Turn, who also has Silent Night, Deadly Night coming out later this year.
Wrong Turn, by the way, I want to say this was the movie that I snuck into. And by snuck into, I lied to my parents about.
Yeah.
And I told them I was going to go see Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And then I got home, they were like, what was it about? And I was like, you have to watch the movie. I don't want to spoil it for you. And they're like, no, like, give us an idea. And I was like, it's about a fish. You got to find a fish. You got to find Nemo. But I went to go see Wrong Turn, which wasn't my favorite. But thinking, I'm so befuddled. Like, that's my true honest, like, my head is spinning. I'm trying to, like, digest it.
Right.
And I say this because we literally were just talking about the fact that, like, when you think of anything with this, like, when you go to the website for Jason Universe, right? We were talking about merch for it. The only merch for it is HHN merch.
Yes.
And it literally connects you to the HHN merch, right?
Right.
So we're now adding in, along with HHN, we're now adding in Angry Orchard. So it's like, it's just odd.
Yeah, no, it's completely odd, especially because they're advertising it.
I don't like it.
Oh, really?
I don't like it.
Interesting.
I mean, I'll get the beer, the cider,
right?
Just because. Right. But it's odd. It's also odd to take a picture of, like, the clapperboard
because it's a film. It's a short film. That's what it's advertised as. A short film that is sponsored by Angry Orchard, Sweet Revenge. But again, okay, this is the way I would like to take it.
Okay.
Is that they realized they have not made a movie. Crystal Lake still being filmed. I think it's being filmed till November. Okay. So that'll drop next Halloween.
Okay.
It's the 45th anniversary. There's no actual footage out there of anything.
Okay.
The first glimpse of Jason that you would actually get is at Halloween Horror Nights. And the last time we got something before it was seen was called the Wolfman, and everybody dogged that shit so much so that they had to send them away.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is, okay, let's get a Jason out there. Let's show them. Get either a reaction or let people warm up to what this looks like.
Fair.
That's
Very
my,
interested.
it,
Have they said, like, I get that it's a short film. I
Yeah.
also understand that short films are short.
Yeah.
Do we have any, well, no, I guess we wouldn't have any idea of, like, the length of it.
no.
But it's going to be premiere on YouTube.
Yes,
what you're
on
saying?
Jason Universe's YouTube.
So odd.
Which I don't even think they've put out videos yet, so this would be like the first one.
So in my head, like funny
Mm-hmm.
is like, do we see Jason walking around with an angry orchard, or do we see like all of the
Oh, I think it's all campers.
campers
Drinking it.
Drinking
and then Jason comes and slashes.
So what you're telling me is if I drink Angry Orchard, Jason's gonna kill me? Like, I don't know.
Have you ever seen a Friday the 13th where it's like,
Yeah,
don't
but
drink, have sex? Or
I mean specifically.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't they be sponsored? I'm not mad at Angry Orchard being the sponsor. That's got nothing, like,
I am.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird, bruh.
Weird. Teens drink the dumbest shit.
Fair.
Would you, okay,
I think
now
I'd be
this is the
more
new
okay
question.
if it
Here
was
you go.
smeared off.
See, that's where I draw the fucking line.
Really?
I want American.
No. I mean, more so because that's like a teen drink.
Twisted
But then-
tea. We saw one guy drink 24 twisted teas.
Kill
Okay?
Tony. It was not 24 hours of
Yeah.
Twisted Tea. But then I guess if it was smeared off, like, who's gonna want to go for that? But then I also feel like with it,
I mean, Brooke, let's be real. What got us into breweries were ciders.
I know that's what I was going to say. So I guess that's a better
For the kids. It's for the kids.
a better
Cider.
store.
It's for the kids. It's like apple juice.
It is like apple juice, specifically some of them.
I don't know. I thought it was a weird announcement.
It's such a weird
announcement. It makes me
also,
wonder if
why
there was
didn't say they do this on
Friday
the 13th?
That's the complaint.
Like,
that's my complaint.
It's so flippin' bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the intent was to announce it, but they couldn't get their shit together, which really
Could've been.
makes me concerned in itself. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I'm into it and I'm not.
You're right, Chad.
Oh, I didn't see Chad's.
Yeah.
Well,
Apple juice equals cider.
yeah, obviously. Welcome to the
Fairsies.
chat, Chad.
That's why we like
What? Say it. Say the thing.
Angry Balls.
Okay.
I was gonna say cider balls, but that was just weird.
Cider balls. All right, let's move on to our next subject at hand. Before we get into that, though, I want to remind everybody, if you go to the description of this video or on Spotify, if that's how you're doing this, you can get 4 months free. This is a Prime Day, Prime Week, whatever, exclusive. You get 4 months of this bad mamma jamma.
Of Amazon Music, which
Amazon
is really,
Music.
really, like, that's such a great deal.
It is. Why'd
When
go
you
away?
think about it.
Go away.
And we use Amazon Music
Oh, absolutely.
all the time.
I'm all over it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go to the description, sign up for Amazon Music. It actually gives us a kickback. It actually gives us money if you sign up, and you're talking about millions of songs, millions of podcasts, audible books, whatever.
Yeah.
That's up there. So sign up, use our link, and that'd be great. Thank you. Okay. There's a lot of Halloween Horror Nights original houses,
Woo!
so I feel like that's going to be the big conversation.
It's a spooky week.
Yeah, it is a spooky week. So let's first talk about, this is a picture of Chicago currently.
Chicago.
She went back to the gimmick. Whoa. Okay, Predator. Okay, I get that you just turned on your self-destruct button.
I did.
You don't gotta laugh like that.
I did.
Okay. So,
Find that code.
wildly, 8 hours ago, Universal Destinations and Horror Unleashed announced that we're expanding our universe to the Midwest with a brand new location of Universal Horror Unleashed in Chicago, Illinois. Our first destination in the region From spine-tingling scares to jaw-dropping creativity, we're bringing the full force of horror and thrills to a whole new audience in a whole new place. Get ready, Chicago! For more details coming soon. Brooke, they announced it. How do you feel about Horror Unleashed coming to Chicago, Illinois?
I find it very interesting. And I say that because, like,
give it to me. Say
the
word.
first one hasn't even, like, it hasn't started yet. Like, so you're already franchising something without knowing the response or whatnot. And I feel like we're just on this, like, the expansion with Universal and what they are doing, it seems like a lot. Like, it just seems like they're going in a lot of directions. While I understand it's the same concept, just in a different place, I want to be like, just hold your horses just for a second, like, breathe.
Right.
Am I excited about it? Yes, because that's obviously a lot closer. We're on the East Coast. So it makes it a little bit easier for us to get there in that aspect.
Right.
But at that same point, it then made me just be like, oh, okay, well, I'll wait for this to happen versus going to Vegas.
Right.
So that's where I'm saying, like, hold your horses.
Yeah, I actually...
What's that saying? Like, don't put your...
Oh, wow. Here we go. It's happening.
Don't put the carriage before the horse.
Yes,
Is that it?
don't put the cart before the horse. So
I was
you're real
close.
You're real
I'm
close.
pretty proud of myself for that.
I am too. Good for
Okay,
you.
well, there you go.
I had the initial thought as well of, wow, you're announcing this before something's even a success.
Yeah.
It's one thing when, like, they're going to Texas with the kid park. Of course, kid park, completely understand.
Yeah.
Chicago.
And they announced which we already knew, but there was just a little bit more information in the sense of, like, with the UK park.
Yeah, but completely understand. You have a lot of tourists from that area coming in. This makes it simple for them, and then we can become tourists.
Who's coming from Chicago?
Chicago. I mean, look, I hear bad things. You know what I mean? I've been once. I went for one day to Chicago. It wasn't as bad as
I don't think I've ever been to Chicago.
I've been once. But
maybe a layover.
To do it so soon to the opening of this Vegas one, unless if this is to make it feel like, oh, look, it's big. You want to go to the opening of this, right? Because you want to go to this before you go to that.
I mean, I've heard some really good things already about
Vegas.
Nice. Yeah.
My one hope of it, if they go through with it, because you can announce all you want. If it happens, who fucking knows?
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. No,
like, they announced it. Granted, the building's up, so really it's just working on that inside. But, like, how long will this take? Is this going to be a 2026 opening? Because when did Vegas get announced?
I feel like last year.
Okay, so not that far.
Yeah,
like, it didn't take that long.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I'm very interested. Do you think that it's going? No, maybe not. Sorry, I had a whole conversation with the
apparently, I guess so.
I was gonna ask, do you think it's gonna be like the same houses?
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Is I hope my one hope, not the same houses.
Fair.
Be completely different.
To what to go to?
Exactly.
Both of
like
them.
you have.
In other words, like if you go to Vegas and you're like, oh shit, this is cool, you're
Right.
gonna want to go to Chicago or vice versa once
Right.
that one's open. Then like, okay, they did really well with this. Now I want to go down and see those houses.
They got
over there.
Texas Chainsaw. Chicago's got Halloween. I want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to make it for me wanting to travel to the... Because now we are getting to a point with all these announcements of different places. I don't have the time to travel to all these places.
No.
And a friend, we will just say a friend, told me, like, you know, HHN crowds aren't necessarily the ones being advertised for Vegas. And that's what I've been saying. Everybody's like, thank you, Orlando Universal, for opening up another thing in an area that I could just travel to and vlog about. No, that's not what this was about.
Yeah.
This is to get a different crowd interested in the horror scheme. Okay? And that's what I feel they have to do certain advertising to that fits the Midwest crowd, that fits the West, like, I guess West Coast, but, you know,
Like
California's
Twister
also.
House.
Whew.
Windy City.
Oh, Windy City. Windy City. But that's my feelings. I see that we have comments, so I just want to get through this. Chad said the Windy City, as we said. That pick, though, yes, a live look at Chicago as we sit. Chad came back. You ever walked in the streets downtown Chicago at night? It's scary. Yes, I did.
Who needs a house?
So, yeah, just walk the streets. It's a scare zone.
The scare zone before you get there.
Yeah, no, in 2005, that's where I saw Serenity for the first time. Like,
Is that why
months.
you went to Chicago?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you.
Me and Nick.
Okay, that
Nick went to
makes
Chicago. He
sense.
bought the tickets. He was like, let's go. I drove.
Go.
It
You
was
going?
like a 12
When was this?
2005.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like,
I was busy doing other things.
what were you doing, Brooke? What were you doing?
This is live. Just keep going.
Just keep going, she says. Just keep going. Save it for the bedroom. You know what I mean?
No! Oh my gosh.
So I'm interested in it. I just want different houses.
Do you think that there would be any, like,
insides.
you know how East Coast and West Coast share IPs? Do you
Yes.
think that they could share one IP?
Um,
The only reason I'm like, I hope not, is because they are very limited. They only do like what, 5?
Right.
4, 5?
right,
How many is
4
it?
houses.
4,
Four
yeah.
hou- But here's the thing: they have so many. So just like the Vegas one, there's one original, right? Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Do graveyard games here.
Oh my God, please.
So if you got graveyard games, Halloween, what other IP would you like to see? Poltergeist.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can use IP, the universe. Oh, Blumhouse.
Blumhouse
Do a
one.
Blumhouse.
Yeah.
You know what else you could do that would be neat? What if, like, Vegas has Jack? What if the Usher is the icon? Like, what if it's designed to look like an old movie theater?
Fair.
Now you're getting me into, like, some stuff that would get me to go, okay, I need to travel. I need to do multiple
And
ones.
it's a Chicago tribute old building,
Right.
right? Yeah.
The newspaper.
A
You know
newspaper.
what I mean? Oh,
who
is
reads
this
the
code?
newspaper?
Is this code that the storyteller? It's the storyteller. Yeah. It's just we broke it. Oh my God,
You did it.
we broke
I'm
it.
so
We
proud of
fucking
you.
did it. All right. So Halloween Horror Nights, Orlando has announced 4 out of the 5 presumed. Oh, there's a comment. There's a comment. I don't want to move on till we're done. Gangsters like Al Capone's ghost. Yes. Al Capone's ghost will be the icon of the Chicago Horror Unleashed. Thank you, Chad. Chad,
Do you know
always
that's from
coming
Ace Ventura?
Wow. So they announced
Call
4
back.
houses. What a callback to the intro. If you didn't see it, rewind, then come back. So 4 out of the supposed 5 original houses. Friday they announced the house.
On
Monday
the
they
spooky-
at the Spooky Empire.
Yeah.
Monday they announced the house. Skip Tuesday. Did Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll talk about tomorrow.
Yeah.
So 4 out of the 5 have originals gotten announced. So I say let's run through the gambit here.
Yeah.
So we have right there El Artista. A Spanish-
Artista.
That's what I said. Artista. A Spanish
You gotta roll
hunting.
Artista.
Like Ricardo Montalban.
Artista.
Carne asada.
Artista.
Like
Okay,
Ricardo
go ahead.
Montalban. All right, say it's sexy. All right, so this 19th century Spain, tortured artist moves into an isolated country manor for inspiration, but the art comes alive and possesses him. Tickets on sale now. Okay, so, cool. Do you want to run through all the houses and then
No.
talk?
Let's just talk this one and then
Each
we'll go
one?
to yeah.
Okay. So this house sounds awesome.
Yeah.
They're touting it like it's the next coming of Christ.
Well,
Of
it's
best
like the
houses
next,
ever made.
Like, what was that? Dead Water?
Yeah, Dead Man's Wharf.
Water. Dead
What?
Water.
Dead water. It's just Flat water. Flat. Just little bubbles. So scary.
No, that would be
Jesus Christ. How much did you drink?
not carbonated. It's flat. No sparkling.
Did you hear that?
No, this house I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my hopes up too high because I feel like the hype that they are like cranking out about
Like
this
creative.
house. I mean, yes.
Creative.
Creators, people that have gone through to see, you know, because they even showed some concept art, or actually not concept art, they showed you legit photos and stuff from inside the house.
Right.
And concept art of some of the like characters that you're going to see. Like, I am ridiculously excited about this house. The lore of it, I think, will be very heavy with it.
Right.
So that aspect makes me very excited. But I also hate being told, like, this is the house.
This is the best.
Yeah. I hate being told that to begin
Well,
with.
also, like, I am fully aware Dead Man's
You don't tell
Run
me
Water.
what to do.
Yeah, that's true. Dead Man Wharf, beautiful house. I said that from the
Yes,
get.
yes.
Do I think that it's not scary? Absolutely.
Yep. I knew where you're going.
So, them saying it is
Scary
equally
and
beautiful and scary interests me like
Very
all
much
get
so.
out.
Yeah.
I am excited about that. And we will see, because I do think there are beautiful scary houses like Graveyard Games mentioned earlier. So if you're messing with ghosts and stuff, I think that always has potential to be good times.
Yes.
So I am looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That being said, the next day they announced
Nothing.
next day.
Well, no, I guess Monday.
Monday.
Okay. Yeah,
Monday they announced my most anticipated, which isn't that.
It's this one. Yeah.
It's this one. Hatchets and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. Okay?
What did I think it was when I saw it?
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
The PS game Ratchet and Clank.
Excited.
Description. In this old west town, all hell is breaking loose. Red hot lava demons are trying to possess everyone, melting everything in their path, and so on and so forth. So we got some demon hunters. I know Jason Perry's excited because he always talks about lava zombies. This is it.
no.
We're in lava demon zombies.
Which this house is from.
Slaughter Cinema.
Yes.
It's a spin-off.
2, yeah.
Yeah, it's from 2. Slaughter Cinema had the Yeti, and the
Yes.
Yeti
Which ended
was
up
a
being.
big spin-off.
Yes, which ended up being like a favorite.
Yes.
So I'm very excited about this because of the fact of the lore being there already and kind of
100%.
like a little more background. So
Yeah.
I love that, especially because going in and loving Slaughter Cinema, no, it was not my all-time favorite.
Right.
But it was definitely up there in the fun aspect. But I feel like this particular house, with going back and kind of looking at some of the walkthrough of this room of that house, made me excited. Like
Right.
thinking about it and what you could see and go with and kind of venture to or elaborate on.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of potential for this to be really good. And I even said to you, what was the one that I said that it had like that kind of reminded me of the it was an original house where it was the one like the death. I'm really nailing it here. Oh my god.
Yeah, you are.
It was like from 2 years ago. We were trying to decide if it was last year or the year before that.
Oh, I can't remember what. Oh, the guitar.
Yes.
The guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blues Traveler one.
Yes.
Where demons came in.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how this feels. I do believe a mix of the campy of Slaughter Cinema with this is what's going to make it fun.
Yeah.
With the Western vibe. It gives me Evil Dead. Like, I feel Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And I want that, and this sounds like fun. So they skipped the next day, like I said, and then Wednesday they announced Dolls Let's Play. And,
Dead.
yeah. Dolls Let's Play. What are you doing, Zach? All right, so Dolls Let's Play Dead. You're about to become doll-sized and be hunted by toys that have been burnt, melded, and stitched together by a twisted little girl. This one sounds fine. I mean,
We said the same thing when we read this and saw it. That it, I mean, obviously I know that this is a Disney property, but thinking like Toy Story and Sid. Like that's what I thought of. And then even Jimmy from Horrific Network.
I think
right?
Rob said
Oh, Rob.
Rob
okay.
said.
Sorry, Rob.
Wolfman Rob.
Wolfman. Said the same thing about it being like Sid.
Or was it Jimmy?
I don't know. I gave them both a shout out.
Jimmy or Wolfman Rob.
Yeah. So I'm very interested. I'm very interested. But it seems like from the description, like they're going to be quite large, like toys.
Because we get shrunk.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Honey, I shrunk.
We shrunk ourselves.
The
what?
Community.
The community. Honey, we shrunk the community.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. New shirt coming to Death Race Club. And then today, Thursday, they announced this house.
Yes.
Grave of Flesh. Welcome to your funeral where things are about to go from bad to worse. You'll enter your grave and then the underworld where flesh eaters who feed on the dead will hunt you for all eternity. Get your tickets now. I personally, I like this because this is like, I don't know if they've ever done like an in-between world kind of deal where you're going to a different world now.
Okay.
Like we die, we go to our funeral, and then we go in. What's that face?
Okay, so here's my thing. So next, this is what I thought of.
Okay.
So this is obviously graveyard-esque, right? So next year is an anniversary year.
Right.
I have been begging for Graveyards 2.
Graveyard Games 2. Okay.
And it makes me think, with this being an original house this year, that there's a good possibility that we will not be getting a Graveyards Games 2 next year.
I disagree.
Really? I feel like Graveyard and Graveyard, like...
Who gives a shit?
I guess.
Here's why I don't think... Because this is the thing, though. It starts at the funeral. I think what's going to happen is we go into our tomb or our fucking, what are they called? A casket. I think you walk through a casket and then you're in the underworld.
Well, okay, if that's it, then that's fair.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay, she'll return maybe. Who knows? I'm here though. This is me, Zachary. My feelings of these 4 houses, I love it. For some reason, the originals give me weird vibes most of the time of like, I like some, I don't like the others. And then it feels like I have to pick and choose which one I like more and this, and then I always feel like I'm against the grain and I'm liking something else more than other people. The fish, the big giant fish people house, no one liked. I liked it. For some reason, this one, I'm interested in all houses. Yes, do I have a bottom tier one? Absolutely. But I am kind of down with the fact of we're dealing with ghosts, we're dealing with Old West, we're dealing with the underworld, we're dealing with flesh-eating creatures. We have a lot to go on that feel a little different. I'm very interested where the 5th one will go. I have no idea. We'll find out. What say you? Let's look at the comments real quick. Well, oh my God. Chad's gone ham in the comments. All right, here we go. So we got here, Chad goes, just go back to Chicago. Dead Man's Pier would work great there. I'd be fine if Dead Man's Wharf appeared somewhere else. I know I have a house that I feel is overhyped in weights. Yes, it's beautiful, just like Bloodstone or whatever, Blood Moon. But for me, I think Dead Man's Wharf going to Chicago is a great original idea that can go down. Sounds like Lonely Island song, Hatchet and Chains. Oh my God, turtleneck and chains. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I'm into it. And Chad says, Doll Island in Mexico is what I think of. Doll Island, Mexico. Welcome back to the party, pal.
What up?
All right,
Sorry, I had to
so...
run.
Run. So, all this being said, Brooke, with these 4 houses, no 5th in sight yet,
Yeah.
but how are you feeling about the originals?
I am excited. Like, I feel like there's really good potential with all of them that I will like. I mean, I do like I like the originals, right?
Yeah.
We have said this before. I'm a huge IP.
Huge.
Yeah, I'm a huge IP fan.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the originals have a lot of possibility for character and lore. That's what I was going for. The lore behind it. Mm-hmm. So it does make me excited.
Okay, that's cool. I love it.
That they could, compete very well.
What's your top so far of original and bottom out of these 4?
Top is going to be
Hatchet and Chains.
Yes.
Not Ratchet and Clank. Or Turtleneck and Chain, as
Yeah.
fucking Chad said.
Yes, that one. I think, or oh my god, it's between that one and the
El Artista?
yeah, El
Oh, okay.
Artista.
Artista.
But I'm so scared to like that one and be excited about it, and then it like fall or yeah. So those are my like top.
Okay.
I don't think I'm excited like my bottom, and this is like not really a bottom. Like it's hard to say that.
It's a power bottom.
Yeah, it's the Dolls one.
Okay. I think Dolls is my bottom as well.
That's just
top
weird.
Is the Hatchet and Chains. I'm excited. Like I said, I think for originals being announced, this might be the most I've been excited for originals. Not
As an
not
overall.
anniversary.
Yeah.
year. Like I just feel like each house has some kind of kooky element to it that I'm into.
And none of them would claim to need corn.
Yeah, no corn needed.
Yeah.
No corn on the cup. Final subject that I want to talk
Yes.
about is tomorrow.
Possibilities.
Tomorrow, you would think the 5th house gets announced.
Yeah.
The 4 originals.
Nay.
Unless if it's a shared original, who knows? But John Murdy tweeted out his thumbs are feeling prickly and tingly.
Which is his code for
his
something
code
that's
word.
being announced. Yeah.
So tomorrow, do you see an original be announced, or do we finally get the Terrifier being announced?
Oh, I think it's going to be the Terrifier.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Terrifier
I think the
as well.
Terrifier one is going to be
Which what's kind of interesting if you
which
think
is
about
something
it,
that we've known. It's
right? Like this event
Again.
begins at the end of August.
Jimmy from Horrific Network.
Oh, he was on the panel.
Yeah, had an
He
amazing
hosted the panel.
question from the panel, and it kind of got slipped out there.
Yeah, Jimmy from Horrific Network. He was hosting a panel at I forget the con's name that he's hosting at, but he asked David Thornton or David Horton or whatever the fuck Art the
Horton
Clown.
is a who?
Well, whoever Art the Clown is, he asked him. He was like, "Do you know anything about this house?" And if it was coming, and he plays sly, like he's trying real hard to cover up and not do it. But it's a wonderful
he was like,
clip.
"You said it, not me."
Yeah, and that clip went rampant on Twitter, and other vloggers used the video, and no one gave credit to Jimmy and the Horrific Network. So here's the credit for you guys to know the truth out there. Good job, Jimmy.
Yeah.
We love you. I think Art the Clown does get announced. I think it's that house.
Yeah, especially because the other rumored house, I don't think that's on both coasts. I think Art the Clown is both coasts.
Yeah, that'll be the only one that I know of is Poltergeist for West Coast. That's
Right.
not us.
Right. So
Yeah. What's crazy because of how quickly everything seems that it's coming now is that August, this event starts now, late August, which they're going to have everything up and also announce. We only have 7 weeks of announcements left. So you're talking, you have to officially announce this fucking Five Nights at Freddy's house.
Yeah.
You have to announce this Terrifier. Poltergeist got to get announced
Unless it's
over there.
Five Nights at
One
Freddy's.
more original.
Well, I don't think
It
so.
It could be, but I think it's the whole thing is weird with that house.
Yeah, and it makes I don't know what's going on with that, and then being like kind of like, oh, I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Could you imagine if it doesn't come as a house? Could you fucking imagine?
Here's
if something
my thing.
messed up, and it's like there's no way this house can work.
I just don't understand with the way that they are playing it and making it seem like you'll see the capacity. If you just come out and be like, oh yeah, it's a house, why wouldn't you just announce that to begin with? Like, that's nothing new to say, like, oh, this is an IP this year. Like, the way that they are playing it makes me feel like it would have to be something more, like a house and something more. But I don't know how you would play that out. Like, it's very odd the way that they're kind of playing that. I do think that art's going to be tomorrow. I do know it seemed very much like that was going to be announced earlier, like an IP.
I think that was Tuesday. I think Tuesday was supposed to be that
and something happened.
Yeah. Last thing I just want to get off my chest. Because I made an Instagram post, whatever, the story. And I deleted it. No one saw it yet. So just because I wanted to save it here to really give my credence of why I feel this way. So I follow a lot of creators from Florida or whatever. And constantly, it's, what are you looking forward to most? Like all of them. They're like, what do you look forward to most? The original or IPs? And then like, oh, we don't need IPs. Like this event could last without it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's my fucking issue.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. But if I don't get it off my chest, then I'm just going to eat alive. And then I'm just going to get angry. Then I take it out on other people. And I don't want to do that no more. Okay? So here's how it is.
Don't take it.
Here's how it is. The originals are fun. Like I just said for this. Like they look like they're fun fucking houses. If you're going to fucking sit here and you going to tell me, even your great, grand, wonderful creator, trophied fucking golden star original house, El Astristra, if that's the thing that's going to bring Wyoming, Chicago, Detroit, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, West Virginia, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Maryland, if you actually want to sit here and act like Hatchet and Chains is going to be the reason why North Dakota, South Dakota, Las Vegas, if you're going to act like to me, those Let's Play,
my ear is right here,
that Oklahoma's coming, Seattle, Washington's coming, get fucking bent, because you know what else happened? Friday the 13th shirts became sold out.
Jason Universe.
You can't buy them. So much so you bought them day of. And we were told on phone they're going to be sitting 2 more weeks because they all sold out of that size. But hey, your precious originals go on sale for 30% by September 20th. Because they're not selling. You know what happens to your precious little El Orchestra shirt? They send it packing. They send it packing with the losing team of the Super Bowl shirts to Africa.
Oh my God. They send it to Chicago?
Because they need it too. Because they need to keep warm for the winter. So please send me... This is a scarf.
I was like, what are you doing?
Please send me.
Is that a spirit jersey?
Please, by all account, to keep me warm through the winter, please go ahead and send me one of them graveyard sweats, please.
Have you seen? Wait a second. When have you seen a scarf?
They just announced it today that they're going to put out scarves.
Oh my God.
It's a big popular item, but only for original houses.
For originals.
But I'm just tired. No! I'm just tired of content creators acting like Universal Studios Florida destinations and resorts is not for tourism.
Well, here's what I will say. I think that it speaks a lot of volume that California is so heavy IP based.
Yeah, they only have like 1 or 2 originals.
Yeah. And listen, I love that it's usually 5 and 5. Like that's, I mean,
Yeah.
Aiello even like said that is like
From Spooky Empire,
Yeah.
he said Dream 5 and 5.
Yeah. That having that balance. God, having that balance.
Yeah.
And I get it. And I think that there is a level, and like we have said this, I mean, countless times, like you might as well, what is it? Beat a dead horse with it. Of the sense,
Good.
I was literally going to say choke a pig, but that is not at all to say. But
Stretch a rooster. You gotta speak.
Oh, you think it was choke a pig? No, but you've got to realize that like being from Florida and getting like the passes or whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. You're going so often, and there is a balance. But when you're coming in from out of town, you're staying, you're using, you're buying a hotel, you're doing all of these things and bringing in quite a bit of revenue. It has to balance, which is also why I feel like if you notice, like they're trying to hit other like avenues when it comes to their IPs. Like when you think about Fall,
the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Fallout, right?
Fallout.
Okay.
5 Nights.
Right. Like that's a completely different crowd.
Yeah.
So it is bringing in some of the different levels because I do feel like there is a very strong like level of like once you go to HHN and see that,
Right.
you want to return. Like you then become like, this is that premier event. I want to have this.
Right.
But I gotta get you in the door somehow. Right? And I don't feel like, yes, you might eventually get to the point where, oh my God, I
You
love
go
originals.
so much and you're like, originals, all
Yes.
I want.
And I also feel like there's a level of, let's say you go 40 times within the season.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You do start to get numb to things. When it comes to an IP, you can only adjust so much because it's an IP. Those original houses have a little bit more leeway to adjust because it's original. They are the creators of it.
Yeah.
They can change things.
Yeah. They get to have fun.
So
They get to
you
put
can
out there.
see the arch of a house throughout an entire season. For somebody, and mind you, we get the usually the rush of fear, so we do get to go a few times, but there's only so much arch that you're going to see within that window.
Oh, yeah.
So
100%.
I think when you look at it like that, you just have to take everything into consideration. So to really pit IPs versus originals is kind of unfair and not looking at everything as a whole. Like I also must want to be like, who's your audience, and think about that too.
Right. No, it's fair. I mean, it's for everybody. I'm sorry I went crazy.
No. We love you.
Need to do it. But this segment was brought to you by House of the Year Insidious.
Oh yeah. God bless
Not
it.
an original.
That will forever be an all time.
So, what we got here? I just want to hit some comments before we ditch.
There you go.
We got Chad and Michelle, Year of the Slasher. It
Yes.
really is. With
I'm
art
so
coming.
excited.
And that's what I love, like how to hit on your IP. It's like video game with Fallout, not necessarily too horror, but a little bit. Then you got 5 Nights, teen horror. Then you got Art the Clown, which is deep horror cut fan. Then you have Friday
I
the
have a
13th
lot to
Jason
watch.
with commercial slasher. So
Do you think they'll have Angry Orchard at...
100%. It'll be on tap. It'll be a tap.
Oh my God,
of
I just
Jason.
thought of that. That'll be so cool.
It'll be Jason as the tap.
Gotta get it.
Jimmy,
Not
good
that
shout
I want
out.
it.
Not that you
Gotta
want
get it.
Generating suspense and drama. Yeah.
With not knowing about Five Nights at Freddy.
I mean, that's what you call. I call it. We don't know what the fuck we're doing yet.
I think they do. I think that they're just finalizing things.
What is there to finalize?
I don't
And that's
know.
the fucking house.
I'm giving excuses.
I mean, it was the first announcement.
I'm giving
And you go on the
excuses.
website, there is no house for it. Hell, the originals don't. We got. I wonder if it's also like a meet and greet. You're talking about the animatronics.
Yeah, I think that because that's when we were talking about those.
Oh,
comments
okay,
came
got
up.
you. Yeah, I think there's
Which
a
they
chance.
said that they have that
They've done-
relationship.
Yeah, they've done things before where it's like, oh, there's a scare zone entrance to
Five Nights
the
at Freddy's
Halloween.
is put on by who?
Universal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if it was
it's
like
a Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
It's a Blumhouse.
Oh, okay, so I was
So it
right.
could go to that zone.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I think Jason is the Fast and Furious, so that would lead into the Blumhouse. I don't know where the Five Nights is. That going to be a soundstage house? I don't know. I don't know. Find your local spec map to find out. LOL.
That was during your rant.
I think that's my rant.
It
That's
is.
going down.
Ashmina.
Okay, I love it. We got Brenda. Hi.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Joe says hi.
Hi, Joe. And I love Megan.
I love Megan. We saw M3Gan
Yes,
2.0.
go see it.
I say go see it. It's a fun
Fun.
time. I hope M3Gan shows up at HHN.
I think it's going to.
I hope we get the robotic look. Not the robotic. The one from the AI thing. I want the short hair. I want the short hair.
The dancing one, like
Yeah, the dancing.
dancing queen.
She is. She's my dancing queen. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Whatever you're doing. Remember, we're on Instagram and Threads. Death Curse Club. Also, you want to go there so you can sign up for the Run Club. Again, if you're a walker, if you're a runner,
It's free.
if you're a jogger, it's free. And if you complete all 8 chapters of the horror movie that we're running, then you will be entered for a swag bag gift set with t-shirts and stuff like that and horror merch. It's good times, rock and roll.
I'm excited.
If you want to support the show, T-Public. We got the Death Curse Club merch. I'm rocking it right now, as you can see. Also, Amazon, one more time, 4 months free. If you go to the description of this video or on our Spotify podcast apps, whatever, you can sign up, get it 4 months for free. That's 1/3 of the year that you get all the music, all the podcasts, and the audible books, baby. Brooke, spook you later.
Bye.
Oh, one more comment. No more bye. What do you say? Hold on.
Thanks for
Thanks
the
for the
live.
live.
Enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Do you speak? You know what podcast is?
Choke the pig.
Choke the pig. That's the end.
my God.
That's it. Choke the pig, everybody. Put the pig before the
so
cart, the cart
sorry.
before the pig.